All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Spice and Wolf,
episode 25. The finale of the season.
Yep.
It has been really nice having Spice and Wolf as just a thing in my life again that I can watch and be like, oh, okay, cool. And now it's just going to be a break. It's not going to be an
decade-long throwback, and now you actually get new Spice and Wolf content, not just, redoing the old stuff, but prep also for forever potential Spice and Wolf content.
And with the fact that this season was 2 cours of wonderful, and I've only seen, effectively the first half of the next cour.
Yeah.
That's...
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this show as well. I definitely look forward so much to the banter side of things with this. But I also just really love the adult, very complex and nuanced romance that's been just budding and growing here. And now they're working together more so than they ever have been.
Yep.
That's a little bit of a complicated situation where Holo's going to need to do something that's a little bit...
flashy.
A little bit flashy.
Yeah.
A little bit more demonstrative than she's used to doing.
And
there's a lot of risks involved here.
And not for some crazy profit or whatever, just to save the town.
Just to save the town. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But all right, let's perform a miracle. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Whoa, so quiet.
Yeah.
I was nervous there for a second.
Thank goodness you didn't lock the base.
Enact plan alpha. Oh!
Be able to finish the books should this work.
There is that.
All right.
Mr. Lawrence! We've got it here.
And now we just
Okay.
need to wait for the right moment.
Okay.
They are demanding recompense.
Right. The wine merchant skulking behind the priest is the one who set us up.
Seems discussions are over. The priest has given them an ultimatum.
Yeah.
What shall we do?
We enact the
The
plan.
one true faith. I cannot ignore the plight of my village. Let's go do this.
Let's do this.
All right.
Objection.
Yeah.
Elsa! Why? I'm sorry about this, Miss Ema.
Well, if it isn't Father Franz's successor, Miss Elsa.
God's love washes clean the sins of the leal and repentant.
The people of Enver, followers of God above, have suffered terribly under the effects of a curse that has spared the dwellers of Teria. You are a false servant, a hissing, venomous snake scaled in the skin of the pious, and you will be scoured bare by the righteous judgment of Almighty God.
Oh, get it even better.
Yet in all his boundless grace, God has seen fit to show me the truth. And I have spoken with one of his divine messengers.
Oh.
Truly
Impossible.
claiming to have met an emissary of the divine.
Heretical. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
No one could deny his unerring faith and devotion, but his deviation from the church's will was a great disappointment.
Worship of the serpent god Truio is misguided, I concede.
Oh.
That said, Truio is, in fact, a miracle wrought forth into being by God himself.
Ah, nice
Okay.
spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The divine messenger I saw. It promised to reveal unto us a sign to help shepherd God's lost lambs back onto the path of truth and righteousness.
Oh, the big words. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild.
In front of all these witnesses, you called her pagan and false, and now you've given what you have called her power.
Look! The wheat on that wagon. It's the only one that didn't grow any ears.
Whoa.
Bishop Mendez, I would like you to confirm that what we just witnessed was no foul trick of the devil.
How would I ever?
With this,
What exactly will you do with this?
the baptismal waters of God will wash away the doubts of men.
Oh,
I
damn.
ask that you cleanse this chalice with your own hands.
Yeah, but you have no power, so.
Right.
Oh, holy water,
By the bishop, so this holy vessel is hereby considered blessed. As you can see, with the exception of the ill-omened, Evan has drawn flour from every cart here.
It's gonna be a nice soppy, chunky drink.
Through miracle and messenger, God has shown us that but one of these shipments bears the taint of death.
Where did this one come from?
This chalice contains the cautioned flour. If all was false, it will bring you no harm.
Oh, damn!
A true miracle.
Indeed. And the church of this village?
It's legitimate. The church is legitimate.
Then I would ask for you to put that in writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Get absolutely bent. That was incredible.
Yeah.
That was intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. He taught you well.
My thanks to you.
That was wise, shrewd, cunning.
I guess we can't always perform from center stage, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, well, the part doesn't matter quite as much as the pay. Would you not agree with me, merchant?
Yes.
I smell an opportunity.
Ah.
What's wrong?
Well, I am beginning to wonder if you are not part wolf yourself.
Just, you know, a little bit of shrewd, you know.
Mr. Reendot,
Yeah.
would you mind holding up a moment? While they adjourn to discuss matters of a religious nature, you and I should discuss the financial ones.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I've been asked to handle the negotiations in regards to the return shipment.
Uh-huh.
Of course,
Right.
There are any objections? Anyone?
Well, if that's what Elder Sem wants, then so be it.
We'd very much like for you to keep the wheat.
You what? Somebody died eating that wheat. Do you have any idea what that's done to the reputation of my store?
So,
Yeah.
just how much were you expecting to be reimbursed for the wheat?
200 re...
200?
Then 195? It's not fair. You think you
Now, that the Redalius' hellfire was in fact...
Yeah.
No need to explain. How about 100? 60? No, wait, 50?
Done. 140 it is then. Did everyone bear witness to that? I would
Yes.
like to buy back the several carts of wheat flour you just returned.
Right. Yeah.
That's too bad. You see, the good people of Terrio lack the resources to reimburse your return.
Right.
All you have to do is convince Bishop Mendez to allow this charming village to sell wheat in his name.
Oh.
So, can you get Bishop Mendez to agree?
It'll be tough, but I think I can get him on board.
One last thing. I have business of my own to conduct.
Please tell me you're not thinking of selling bread.
After what you told me about the Union of Bakers, not a chance. I'm not asking you to help me out for free. I'm willing to provide a generous incentive. Say, the dissolution of the contract you had in place with Father Franz.
Whoa.
That contract is poison. It's the reason the town of Inberg so
Whoa.
resents you. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well then, are you willing to render me your assistance now?
Hold on.
Can't.
If Mr. Reendot and Bishop Mendez are prepared to meet us halfway, we can
Yeah.
broker peace by devising a new deal that benefits all.
And you end up getting to trade all your stuff with good deals into the city.
And he already agreed to the 140
Yeah.
buyback.
These biscuit things truly are quite delightful.
Ah, yes.
It's
Cookies.
going remarkably well in Enberg as a Terrio village specialty.
When you told us that story about flatbread, I didn't think it tasted this good.
Indeed. It's a commonly found baked treat in the south, but given its rarity here, I figured it would drum up some business.
Dang.
Okay.
Fun.
And it looks nothing like bread, so the baker should have no reason to complain.
Oh,
Nice.
that's what it is.
Well then, we'd better get going.
What? Already?
Okay, quickly shove the treat in. All right, close the book on this arc,
If you need them again.
and we're on the road.
Awesome.
On the road again.
Whatever flour isn't turned into snacks, I'll turn into profits next time.
Ah.
Nice.
Now he's a regular stopping point for just more
Yep.
stuff.
I mean, they've chosen me to handle our business negotiations with Enberg and everything.
Damn.
Oh, I'm really glad to hear that.
It's almost like you're blessed, you know?
Yeah.
I intend to continue what Father Franz started here, that I might serve my God as best I can.
Interesting.
Cool.
Fun.
You told me that my father was not wrong for believing as he did. This question perplexed me for the longest time. Why did my father so passionately collect stories of pagan deities? I believe that refuting Trurio isn't good for the church. It would only serve to limit our thinking.
Whoa.
Okay.
For it was a pagan god that made all of this possible, remember?
But if Trurio can do as you do, and bestow such grand miracles to humans in need of them, then perhaps the beliefs of this village have some merit after all.
He's like, I'm so attracted to you right now. Oh my god.
Mr. Lawrence.
Ah, hello. Sam. Thank you. Yes.
Right.
Thank you all for your hospitality.
Nonsense. We're here to thank you. It was
Yeah.
your help that saved our village.
Yours, and Elsa and Evans as well.
And a lot of these people were ready to break your kneecaps.
So we kind of wanted to apologize for that as well. Okay, so what'd they load up with? Flour?
We'll have to see. Oh, no, that was the goods they came here with. That they
Right,
were
right.
thinking they'd have to ditch.
Travelers don't leave behind regrets. They leave behind only fond memories.
And a promise of plot relevancy later on.
No, not the case.
Well, I think that's why the show didn't continue, is because at some point this one became plot relevant, but they skipped it.
Well, right, but that doesn't mean we'll see them again.
Well, okay. I would like to see these characters again, though.
Yeah, as far as the side character group,
Grace of Almighty God go with you.
like having a young couple as well that we can
Oh, yeah.
see when they're a little bit further along in their relationship would be fun.
We were seriously up against it this time.
Yes, but we
Huh?
still managed to sell off our wheat. That's what matters in the
Oh, they did. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
What colorful locale are we off to next?
Buenos, the town in which the legend of wheat-tailed Holo apparently still persists.
Oh,
All right. Hey.
I've been told, Lawrence, that coveting is a sin.
I've already eaten plenty of them. What is it now?
I did not say anything.
He thought she was hoping you'd take something else.
It'd mean we'd have to take a bit of a detour.
Then it appears our journey together grows.
It does. There we go. Yeah. Oh.
All right,
What
all right.
manner of business is it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
That's a very sweet way to end the season.
Wonderful. Like,
The way she like settled up to him and like her head is coming up just a bit where it's like, wait. And then she like,
wait.
yeah. Oh my God, it's out. Oh, okay. No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay. Yeah.
Jump.
What? It has grown late.
Oh,
You should be in bed.
God damn it. Oh my
That's so meta.
The best journeys are measured in distance, not time.
Yes!
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 Where are you going, you little fool?
We have to welcome him home. We'll continue the story tomorrow. That's a promise, all right?
Home.
All right.
No ears.
No ears.
There is still plenty more story to tell.
Yeah, there is.
Ah.
Yeah, there is. Oh, man!
Yeah. Of course they wouldn't end it before that. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. Spice and Wolf season 1 of the remake is done. It's concluded.
And
it was lovely. It was wonderful.
And thank you so much.
It was gorgeous. It was short.
Right.
I loved it.
But it wasn't the end.
It's not the end. There's plenty more story to tell.
The fact that they had the cheek
Passione.
to... Yeah,
You better
right.
do your damnedest and give us, I understand. Take a year, take 2 years,
Right.
whatever you need to do. But you cooked. You cooked good with
Cooked
this.
real good.
You cooked real good.
This was...
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know the source material. This was a good adaptation. Like, this, they cooked. Oh, man.
The fact that they did the... All right, that's enough for today. No,
Right.
I want to hear the rest of it.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's super on the nose.
It's a super
And
on the
I
nose,
love
with a
it.
very kind promise of
Yeah.
being like, hey, animation and all this work, it takes time.
It takes time. We know you have trust issues, but
We
it
know
takes
you've
time.
waited
We know
10
you've
years.
waited. But we're getting there.
Oh my God. When did Spice and Wolf season 2 finish?
2009.
So it's been
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought the Attack on Titan season 2 wait was long.
Right. Like,
I mean, to be fair, that was an earth-shattering, anime. But with this,
the Spice and Wolf season 3 Never meme was a horse that had been beaten to death 3 times over. Like,
and it goes up there with Silk Song Never,
yeah, exactly. And so the fact that it actually happened, we got it, it was fantastic, it ended, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna keep doing this.
And Passione's like, they've only really just done like fantastic animation work, even for their more ridiculous stuff that they've done.
Right.
This was fantastic. I liked that this episode also really gave us a proper Lawrence like moment to be like, right. I have a secret. I know what they've done here. So you realize what kind of influence I have with the village people. If I was to let this slip, that, oh no, what did you do here?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have you write up a new contract, which is going to end the animosity so that you guys can have business, where you kind of get to slip in the middle of the bread, the bread cabal and the Terrio, actual village, and have flatbread.
Yeah.
Something that he had picked up from another area and bring it over here and be like, hey, this will just solve the problem.
It also totally makes sense to be something that a traveling merchant would think about because it's compact, it's easy to move around and stuff. So like for someone who's on the road, he'd be like, oh yeah, no, I love that shit. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And so you bring it over here, great.
Yeah, which means they could even like make it over here and then ship it fully made over there. You don't have to have people with expertise in both sides constantly. So you can actually also charge a decent amount by making the recipe and all the stuff to produce it stay in Terrio and then actually just sell it
add it to your list of exports basically.
Right.
Awesome. And the idea that we get to see the merchant do the actual negotiating, right? Like that's something that I feel like is there was another show that was near and dear to my heart back in the day where, the main character doesn't have any of the special abilities or anything, but they just can negotiate. And that's great from that sort of main character plot, like position.
Yeah, because Holo set up the shenanigans with everybody else, with Elsa and our boy Evan, but having done the miracle and stuff, it's then but we still, made this journey. We still risked a lot for this. Why don't we find some payment somewhere in here?
Exactly.
And
we can finagle things.
And the idea that Lawrence pulled back the bread guild, basically, the Baker's Guild info from the beginning of this arc here into the present and leveraged that against the secret that he had that this was clearly sabotage. And then also getting the town to agree that the contract that they had set up before with the father needed to be removed so that trade could actually then be stimulated again, rather than you guys just kind of getting to have this stagnant, generally above average mediocrity where it's like, oh, okay, cool, we won't have growth, but hey, we'll have plenty of good beer and ale,
Yeah.
It's like, maybe you guys could do better. You guys could do a little bit better.
Exactly. And now that it's actually being put to use and everything, and then Evan also was really pivotal for this.
Right.
They're like, okay, yeah, no, you've got our back.
Right. And the church kind of needs this all to go well because the secret still is kind of out there. Like that it's like, oh, this could end up being pulled out at any moment. So rather than being like, hey, we're going to hold you at arm's length, it's the, no, we'll make a more like integrated, kind of relationship.
Closer.
Right, but that way we kind of both need each other here.
Right.
And that makes things just overall easy to forget the like, yeah, you guys tried to screw us over that one time. But you know what? Since then, we've built little building blocks of a foundation of a house that we'll all get to sup at together.
And the church has that plausible deniability of, oh, what sabotage? If anything happened, that would be the bread guild, the
merchant.
Yeah, exactly. We just know that, someone died and we had to get to the bottom of this for God and, and the safety of our people. Yeah.
I loved the efficacy with which the bishop was like, I'm beaten. I'm not going to try and lean too hard into the heresy and do all this stuff. He's like, no.
I just saw some crazy shit.
I just saw something absolutely wild. I'm going to actually question my faith that I totally believed to be nonsense a second ago and be like, wait a minute. So
bless the water.
Bullshit, whatever.
Right.
And then he's like, he goes home that night and he's just like, So, wait a minute.
It's just like, he like
God?
he like looks at the crucifix in his house for like the first time in like a serious way like ever, and he's like,
yeah, whatever their equivalent, iconography would be. Yeah. I do love the religious leader basically like spoke too quickly, but because he spoke, he gave the person who has definitely faith, but also the ability to use critical thinking in the midst of that and go, you just legitimized me potentially as having a form of influence and power with something that you'd believe to be false. So if I prove myself competent and legitimate in this area here, you just basically reversed our hierarchy of power.
By giving an explanation for why we're heretics and need to be burned or whatever, that means I can actually prove you wrong.
Right.
As opposed to if you're just like, heretics, and because I say so, they must all die, right? Then, well, there's not really anything you can do about that.
Right, because he could have gone for the extra ignorant thing of, clearly she's calling upon the power of Lord Truyo.
Yes, this is the work of the,
Right. And then then the villagers would be like, but it grew the wheat. Like, that's
you
not... You
saw that shit, right?
Well, right, but that's also not a dark power. That's a boon. That's a great blessing power. Like,
and if one of the people of your own faith is saying that they were visited by, a messenger of the Lord,
right,
and then, hey, miracle happens. Like there's extra logic leaps you have to do to say no. It's actually it's of foul whatever.
Well, yeah. It feels like the kind of thing where the bishop was competent enough to realize that he would get logic trapped if he went that way, but he could have made things very aggressive and still gotten what he wanted. But what he ultimately wanted here was to basically flex his power over the city. But because of the way that Elsa finagled with positioning herself as a leader in the same faith, but acknowledging Truyo, she basically became the avatar and held the balance between the two things here.
Because she was able to give the bishop
no holes in her stuff,
but also gave the bishop what he wanted in that, hey, this is now like
extra legitimate,
but sort of underneath the umbrella of the church.
Right.
Because it's not saying it's a separate thing that's above. No, it's like a subservient thing. So that way it's the, okay, all right, we don't actually have.
Right.
All right.
Because her faith isn't undone by the existence of Holo. The thing that's so cool about this is that she still believes in her god. And she now believes also that Holo and Truyo are beings of...
They're real.
Of actual magical, not necessarily divine, but some kind of supernatural power. So she can't continue in this faith, which relies on, believing things with no evidence, with, no
it's now
actual stuff there.
It's now okay, cool. Like, in a lot of ways, it's the, no, I'm pretty supposed to be like, okay, a sign. Okay, awesome. I believed in that kind of stuff anyways. I haven't seen it with the, from my God, but I saw that kind of stuff happening, so cool, that stuff exists.
Yeah, and it's a fun way in which the show can nestle at this aspect of something that's really beautiful about the difference, I would say, between religion and faith.
Okay.
Is that faith in some ways is a method by which you can have peace within yourself. Because you take questions that were originally something that would disquiet you and bring you out of balance and use that as a way to regain balance. It can obviously be twisted into some really horrible things.
Oh, sure.
But what religion will do is basically take those things and use that as a way to dominate and control people.
Right.
Take the essences of what makes faith actually a good thing and twist it for the purposes of power, control, and influence.
Right.
And so she basically avatared it by taking the faith within herself, the religion and this control factor over here, and then the very real, I don't understand what happened here, supernatural thing, with the mundane, and just packaged it all together and was like, here we go.
Yep.
And it was just fun to see the bishop almost just be impressed and whoa, I can't really I can't find any ways to attack her presentation here.
I get the feeling that he's like not really going to speak of this much once he goes back,
Right,
because
right.
he's like, this could jeopardize my power. I want to downplay it and just be like, oh, a thing happened. Yeah, we're doing.
And now they're making more money.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Who cares, right? But I do have that headcanon of just him like
sitting up at night, like scratching out his last remaining bits of hair. You know?
Yeah, just like actually, like even 5 years later, he's just like, what was that?
What was that?
Like,
I mean, that's kind of the fun thing about the things that we don't fully understand, because usually there's a very logical, simple explanation to it.
Sure.
And we go to work to make things more complicated than there actually is.
Yeah.
But there can be moments like that where you remember something, and because memory is malleable and all that,
sure,
it can feel like it was more crazy or supernatural or more different than it was actually at the time, when it's like, no, it's actually a pretty simple, mundane thing.
It's very straightforward.
Very straightforward. But that's kind of the beauty of the human experience, is that we're going to have moments, not like wheat growing out of grain seeds or what have you, but something where you'll be like, I don't know what that was. That was really interesting.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful, I would say, element of wisdom to understand that you don't need to have the answer to what that question was.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Because
you're going to be okay.
Right. Because
there probably is an answer, but
you
don't need to waste a bunch of time necessarily trying to figure it out.
Right. It's the whole thing of like, you have someone that, knows about medicine in ye olden times, and it's like, clearly they're a witch,
yes,
right?
burn them!
Witchcraft, dark
we
sorcery.
don't like what we don't understand.
Exactly.
In fact, that scares us, and this monster is mysterious at least.
Right. And the more, healthy thing would just be like, oh, I don't know how that happened, but okay.
Okay. That enriches my worldview a little bit.
The difference between that and, what the bishop saw, theoretically, they're the same thing. It's just if you don't understand something, you don't understand it. But that one, is one of those ones where it's like, wait, but this feels a lot more like it's right in front of my eyeballs. Like,
what is real? How do you define real? Consider what real to be what you see, what you hear,
like maybe they
feel, taste, or touch.
Maybe
they're simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Maybe it ends up being something where then they're like, actually, the wheat from this town is kind of cracked. Like I saw that shit grow in before my eyes. Now it doesn't do that all the time, but like.
Well, why are the shipments 6 months later kind of basic again? I feel like there was a bumper thing, and then this one was.
There's got to be some kind of mojo that's still sitting around in that wheat somewhere, But.
Oh man,
good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff to see them teaming up and working together. Also was fantastic. And then Holo just kind of perking up with a little bit of inquisitiveness to be like, hey, you want something?
Right.
Is there something you're kind of wanting here? It's like, well, no, just a little bit of a way to bring up the fact that I'd like to keep traveling together, and I know that we could be going to a place where it might make sense to drop you off and you'd stay there for. But I have business elsewhere that we could do before that.
Right. Maybe after. I mean, I'm just saying. It's a very, very straightforward thing, especially, if Yoitsu is gone, then it's like, well, just keep traveling. You got a good thing going. But, yeah.
Yeah. And I think this was one of the instances where they probably worked the most equally in making sure that this actually was a good situation, not just for the town, but for them. Usually it's the kind of thing where Holo's been kind of just doing a nice little thing at the end, and then kind of ends it here. But Holo's interactions with Elsa throughout the arc, the way in which Lawrence kind of was the front end of a lot of this here, this was something where they kind of weaved in and out of the actual general conflict really nicely together. And most of it was just for the seeking out of Holo's, answers with regards to Yoitsu. So Lawrence really did put aside a lot of his desire to make money out of the situation for you, Holo.
Right.
He kind of learned his lesson, if you will, from the previous arc.
Yeah. But, I mean, if it smells like money.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just, taking a cut.
Exactly.
We're not stealing from anybody. It's just, it's just
it ain't
nice,
much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a contract starter's fee, like
That's right.
an
He gets them
initiator
more
fee.
money, and so he takes some of the more money that he made for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
But yeah, I am really desperately hopeful that we get, 4 seasons of this.
Right, like the second season.
The way you've told me how many light novels there are, what is it? We could have like 7 seasons of this if this was the adaptation rate.
I think it'd be 5.
5?
5.
Because it's done?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
there
somewhere.
How many light novels total?
I can't remember how many exactly there are total, but the last time I checked, there were 19.
19. So this was 4
Yeah.
light novels?
Yeah. So it's generally 1 light novel per 6 episodes.
Okay, so 2 per cour.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if we have another,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that
4
could be 4
seasons.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward there.
I need that season 2. I need it.
It's gonna be really fun because I don't see how you get like that much out of this as far as like natural plot progression stuff.
Sure.
But I absolutely want
Right.
that amount of
However
content.
it works, make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
If they've got 19 light novels,
Right, like
then good work. You've already done
It's
the
like,
actual
wait,
hard part of
but
generally plotting it out.
You're saying Holo and Lawrence aren't going to be married by like light novel 9? Like, wait, come on.
Oh my god, what a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what a joy this has been. 25 episodes. I'd take 100 more.
So help me, if we get the show continuing when they're like married but still on the road, and then like it ends up being a thing where it's like, oh, now Holo's gonna have a kid, and like we get to see the process of like, okay, the pregnancy and all that,
And getting to like learn how it is to be parents.
right?
And stuff,
Figuring
and
out what town to like settle down in for like those,
developing the actual means by which they can then have some kind of a in market, whatever that. whatever that place they have. Yeah. But I'm so excited. So Passione, please,
thank you,
please continue this. I'm pretty sure they've at the very least like put through some channels or something at this point that they're going to.
Oh,
but it's
no,
the
I
kind
feel
of thing where
like
you don't have to confirm it in over
I feel
season
like
2 is coming in September of next year.
This was them telling us we're doing this, while at the same time being, hey, we can't officially make a company statement that we're doing this,
right, because you have to put a lot of ducks in a row.
But at the same time, this very much feels like the, kind of like David Productions sort of situation where it's like, all right, we got a really popular series that we can do, that we do really well. All right, we can just make this be our thing.
Yeah, Fruits Basket this shit.
Yeah.
Just dedicate the whole studio to it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I will shill this
to
the world's end.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful stuff. But yeah, next week's going to be kind of a fun situation here. We're going to have a little bit of a break from the typical setup here. And we're going to be doing the Haikyuu Battle at the Garbage Dump movie.
Yep.
Very excited to see our boys again. So we're going to go from wholesome romance to wholesome boys throwing balls around.
Slapping balls.
I'm so excited to see my crows again and my freaking weirdo cats. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all of this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.